Hi there, this is Stargazer, and today I am reviewing The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword was released for the Nintendo Wii in 2011, to mixed reception, some believing it not worthy of the previous entries and others thinking it was the pinnacle of 3D Zelda. I belong to the second group, and in this interview I will tell you why. Skyward Sword is a narratively driven game and equally engaging in its gameplay. In this way, it is a unique Nintendo game, and I am here for it. The story is concise, focusing on a small group of characters and the origin of the Zelda series. The storybook watercolor art style of the game is beautiful, almost like a combination of Wind Waker's color with Twilight Princess's realism. The gameplay is unlike any other Zelda entry, and it is my preferred way to play the series, with the best motion controls ever conceived for a video game. The game is addicting, to 100%, which I do almost every time I play it. This game makes you feel like Link, wielding a sword and shield, having a variety of items, and exploring the world, especially freely flying with Link's Loftwing. The rupee economy is well designed too, because purchasable upgrades are very reachable. Once past the opening, the first dungeon in the game is very involved and throws you right in with Girahim as the first boss. The following dungeons, including the Ancient Cistern and Sandship, are the best dungeons designed for the series. Between dungeons, the gameplay is also stellar, which is not usually the case for the series, and it is a nice surprise with the open world areas like Mario 64 sandboxes to play around in. The boss fights also stand out in Skyward Sword and crescendo perfectly with Girahim and Demise in the game's finale. And all this greatness is surrounded by a bombastic score that is always present. If you like or love Breath of the Wild, you would not have it without Skyward Sword. So many of Breath of the Wild's best aspects were first drafted here, including stamina, weapon durability, gliding in the air, and collecting different materials. So even if Skyward Sword is not your favorite, you've got to respect it for what it sets up for the series to grow beyond what it was for almost 20 years. Now, despite the multitude of praises I've sung about this game, there are undoubtedly some cons. The nearly 2-hour introduction is full of basic tutorials and too much exposition. The game has a tad too much repetition and padding, and a handful of scenes too heavy with dialogue. And having to fight the imprisoned 3 times gets stale and repetitive. Beyond these minor faults, Skyward Sword is an amazing entry covering the origins of the series with an immersive storyline and gameplay, and I cannot recommend it enough. Thank you for watching, and remember, courage need not be remembered, for it is never forgotten.